I'm never performing in the US again.
Our national pastimes are getting politicized. The NFL just dropped a bombshell, folks. Puerto Rican reggaeton king Bad Bunny is headlining the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show at Levi's Stadium on February 8th.
I'm scared that ICE might raid the venue outside my show. And honestly, I can't risk the safety of my fans like that. Mainland America just doesn't feel necessary to me anymore. I've already performed there plenty of times. Fans in the US have had lots of chances to see me live. That being said, I still care deeply about my Latino and Puerto Rican fans living in the States. Seeing me perform in Puerto Rico is always an option. That's why in my upcoming world tour, there are no stops in the continental US. This isn't about hate, it's about responsibility and respect. I want my Latino and Boricua fans to understand that you're always in my heart. You can come see me in Puerto Rico or catch me in one of the other countries I'm visiting, but I can't, in good conscience, keep putting you at risk just to perform in the mainland US. I know for a lot of people, this feels like a sacrifice, but I want my stage to be a place of unity. My music is about love, about belonging. It's not supposed to be a reason to live in fear.
Okay. All right. I mean, this is sickening. I mean, this is supposed to be a national pastime where everyone, no matter your politics, no matter what you look like, what you say, they come together for a football game. It's supposed to just be a game, a sporting event, not this guy's way to push his own agenda. But this guy is already so divisive. His real name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio. He's known for I've never even known him for his music. I only know him for his outlandish outfits. We have image one here that he dresses like a woman oftentimes. And he recently came out against President Trump because of ICE. You know, he's anti-ICE, and he's anti-conservative. What are your thoughts on this, Shelly? Well, I want to go with you first, Nicole, because I know you're a big football person, right?
I am. I love football. I absolutely love it. Apple Music and Rock Nation have been absolutely horrible at putting together the Super Bowl halftime show. Absolutely, just mind-boggling. All you have to do is just pick someone who's not offensive to anybody. With all the music that's made, it makes it simple. But they routinely pick someone who has something going on with them. I guess they think it's a way to get people to watch their music programming during halftime. The truth be told, halftime, everybody's peeing, checking in on their kids, refilling their snacks, what have you, or watching the Puppy Bowl, which is a better alternative every single year since Whitney Houston,
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe Snoop Dogg when they had all the West Coast rappers. That was pretty cool. However, it's going progressively worse, and they're getting more and more and more leftist and more leftist leaning. This person is from Puerto Rico.
Right.
And, I don't want to kind of give him a civics lesson here, but if you're worried about your fans who would show up to your show being caught and deported by ICE, how then would they be able to leave this nation, travel to another nation to see you, and then get back into said United States without the appropriate documentation? Now, I don't want to put a monkey wrench in your plan, family. I'm not trying to do that. All I'm saying is I think they're going to be okay without you. And the Super Bowl and the NFL has got to get themselves together. They're bleeding fans, absolutely bleeding fans, and this is not helping.
Yeah, I mean, It's the NFL. Football is an American pastime. It's an American sport. This guy is anti-American. I mean, he breathes this stuff. Why are we having someone like him do the halftime show, Shelly?
Well, I've heard of the bunny in Alice in Wonderland. I've heard of Playboy bunnies. Hell, I've even heard of the bunny hop. I have never heard of Bad Bunny, whatever his name is. Never. This is the first time I've ever heard of him. So I looked them up, and then I'm looking up some economics, if you will, as far as the NFL is concerned. And from my little cursory research, the NFL brings in billions of dollars, including profits from the halftime show, all of the advertisements, billions. I mean, like double to triple digit billions of dollars every year. So what that tells me is the NFL has had other people, maybe not so much anti-American, but some other controversial artists performing, right? But what it tells me is that it doesn't matter. It will be watched. And it will be supported, and by mostly Americans. And all of those 130 million plus views and recordings and DVD shows, all of those extra channels, if you will, are mostly by Americans and maybe some large corporations and things like that. But so that tells me it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the NFL puts up. And that's what it's going to be watched. I bet you. I'm not a fan, if you will, of football. I'm not against it. I like learning about it. And, I like to see the guys out there. But it tells me I've never been to a live NFL game, but it tells me that it's not going to stop anyone from spending their money, maybe getting season tickets and all that stuff. It's not going to stop them at all, no matter who it is. But I agree with you, KJ. It's a pastime. It's a sport. Sports are supposed to be enjoyed by everyone, regardless of your color, your religion. At least in America, it's supposed to be that. But regardless of what the NFL does, whomever they put up there, they don't have to worry about it because it will be supported, at least by the fans, the money that's spent on it. That's the best way they can demonstrate who we can put up there and the faithful. As long as they pay for those tickets and those ad spots, hey, they can put up anybody.
Tyrone, the man doesn't even speak English. I mean, most of his songs are in Spanish. Why is he going to be the halftime show? It makes no sense to me. It really doesn't.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense.
And somebody just commented, who would you like to see? Someone to speak English. That's what I would like to hear and see.
I got to be honest. I have not watched the NFL since the 1996 Super Bowl. I have not watched the NBA since Jordan left the Bulls. I pay absolutely no attention to professional sport. It's bread and circuses. It's a big time distraction. And look, here's the other thing. I don't do celebrity culture, so I didn't even know who this guy was at all. Okay, we're listening to yacht rock and 80s R&B around here. Okay,
I love yacht rock. But I hear Bad Bunny at work all the time because I work in my main office is in a heavily Hispanic area. But, the NFL is trying to make international inroads, right? So why not have a Spanish speaking rap artist, pop artist, who's a gender bender, kind of far out there, international, quote unquote, superstar, right? So people have asked me that all day. Who would you rather have? Who would you rather have come and do this? Listen, I'm not going to watch it either way. Now, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. I'm going to participate heavily and continue to go to Steeler games because that's, just what we do. But the Super Bowl halftime is for us. That's a timeout. That's when everybody does all of their other stuff, unless it's someone that you necessarily like. I feel bad for the people who are going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars for tickets to attend, and they're just kind of a captive audience at that point.
Yeah, it's pathetic. It really is. It makes me sick. It really does. Not only will he doesn't have any English songs, he's also going to get up there and probably in a dress or some type of weird crap. Most of his videos have been very demonic and occult. So you probably splash a little bit of that in there too. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is really sad.
Let me say this though. And you guys, KJ probably gonna have her finger over the disconnect button on this one.
Ooh.
That's your fault, because every year it just gets more outrageous.
Every
And
year.
you guys just keep watching.
I don't watch it. I don't watch the Super Bowl.
Well, I tell you what. Somebody on this panel is
Exactly.
Nicole said she watched it.
that they are
Okay.
they're fine with them kneeling. They're fine with these crazy halftime shows. Keep it coming. So if you're watching it, you are. What's the left say? Silence is assent, basically.
Something like that, yeah.
Yes.
Silence
So,
is.
hey, if you are patronizing it and you're
That's what I
buying the
said.
paraphernalia and you're
Listen.
sitting there on Sunday with the bratwurst and all the other fictions, hey, this is what you want. So
That's what I
there you
said.
go.
Tailgate parties galore.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And I'm not anti-sports. I'm not anti-football. But from an economic business perspective, the NFL is a business. They
Absolutely.
just happen to use sports as their main product, but they're going to be advertisements and all kinds of whatever promotions. Absolutely, that's what they don't give a damn who they put on, because as long as those season tickets holders buy their seats, at least a year before.
Well,
So
some
they
of them
know
are
who it is.
owned, you're just
Right.
passing through your family. But, this is Apple Music putting this show on with Rock Nation. So that's Jay-Z's company. They're making the decisions about the music. They have the contract with the NFL to produce these halftime shows, because people were complaining that the halftime shows were all, always so incredibly boring, or it didn't appeal to enough people. Now, make no mistake, this will bring in people who don't watch football, who just like Bad Bunny's music, right? Bad Bunny's going to have a mini concert and somebody's going to be catching a football somewhere. So from that perspective, I get it. From the business perspective, it's going to bring people in who normally don't watch it. Perfect example. Over the weekend on Sunday morning, 9:30, the Steelers and the Vikings played in Ireland. You would have thought that was a Steelers home game. They played Renegade. They were swinging the terrible towels. The NFL is trying to make an international footprint. So bringing on somebody who appeals to the Latino population around the world is not a bad look. It's just going to be boring for us Americans.